Make your point on the News Hour. Join Arnab every night on the News Hour with your question. Ask your question and join the debate.
Provocation coming in from the Pakistani side, very well pointed out, in fact, that Pakistan has not stopped the provocation. Now, in fact, we have seen the Foreign Secretary of Pakistan, Foreign Ministry, in fact, going out to meet the P5, which is the ambassadors of the permanent members of the UN Security Council, including, important power centers. Now, what has Pakistan smartly done is that Ejaz Chaudhry has complained to them that in this entire scenario, what has unfolded in Kashmir, India is to blame, and, there should be a resolution as per the UN, resolution. But the question certainly is, Pakistan is in complete denial over the terror infrastructure that has been building for a very long time on its own territory. Only yesterday, Times Now had exposed how two of the world's most wanted terrorists, Syed Salahuddin and also Hafiz Saeed, had met in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, and they almost launched a jihad against India. What they have really decided is to extensively campaign on social media, also increase cross-border terrorism and increase the contact with the radical separatists and outfits in the Kashmir Valley, so that the unrest really continues, so that the summer of discontent, just like what happened in 2010, also happens in 2016. So clearly what we are witnessing is Pakistan's hypocrisy and double standards yet again being exposed. But the big question, how long will India remain a mute spectator? Isn't it time that India should expose Pakistan's double-faced nature and intentions, and also let the global community realize that state policy of Pakistan is terrorism? It is almost officially declared now, because Pakistan has not acted against terrorists, but they're completely raking up the Kashmir issue on an international level.
And Aditya, perhaps the problem doesn't just stop there. It's symptomatic. It's symptomatic of the way we've seen Pakistan actually responding to so many issues, so many evidences, dossiers that India always puts forward. Because just look at that statement coming in from Nawaz Sharif, where he believes that Burhan Wani is a Kashmiri leader. They are talking of extrajudicial killings. And because this comes from the Prime Minister himself, is he legitimizing terror?
Absolutely. Every passing day, there are these provocative statements coming in from the very people who are at the helm of affairs in Islamabad. Now, the question certainly is it really the civilian government or Islamabad that is calling the shots? Or is it Rawalpindi? Is it really the ISI and the Pakistan army that is really pressurizing the Pakistani civilian government to act in such a fashion that the unrest in Kashmir continues and there is no comprehensive bilateral dialogue that has any positive conclusion? Only yesterday, we saw the Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif come out with a statement almost hailing the so-called martyrdom of Burhan Wani, who is a dreaded terrorist of Hizbul Mujahideen, gunned down by the SOG of J&K police. But at this moment, certainly, India also hitting back at Pakistan and saying that terror is a state policy of Pakistan and Pakistan should not meddle in the internal affairs of India, also Kashmir. But this fresh statement from the Pak Foreign Office clearly says that it is not an internal matter of India and it is an international issue. But certainly not many takers here. This morning, Prime Minister also took a very serious meeting, and the Indian government is firm that Kashmir is an integral part of India. There is no question of negotiation, and Pakistan needs to realize and act against the terror bogey inside and on its own soil.